Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to get this look using the Tartelette in Bloom palette. If you want to see how I got it, then just keep watching. So to start off the look, I'm just going to prime my eyelids using my Nars Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. You can use an eyelid prime if you want to, but I find that concealer works just as well. And I'm just patting that in with my fingers. Taking the lightest shade in the palette called Charmer, you want to make sure that you set your eyelid primer just using a big fluffy blending brush. This takes any of the tackiness away and makes it so much easier for you to blend the rest of your eyeshadow. Next you want to go in with this light brown shade called Smarty Pants from the palette and a big fluffy blending brush. This one's just from Morphe, and use that as your transition colour. It's really important to have a transition colour while you're blending out your eyeshadow because it just makes life so much easier when you're trying to blend darker shadows. It just creates like a nice gradient. Then go in with this cooler tone brown shade called Jet Setter and a sort of denser, fluffier brush, and just pack that into the crease as well to give more of a gradient effect. Now for the lid shade, we're going to go in with this beautiful bronzy colour called Firecracker and a MAC 242 brush. It's just like a flat, dense packing brush, and use packing motions to put that onto the lid to avoid as much fallout as possible. And then make sure you go back with that dense fluffy brush and just blend everything seamlessly. Then going in with this white gold colour called Funny Girl, we're just going to put that over the top of Firecracker just with our finger. Mixing the two together just gives more of a champagne kind of bronze colour. Now I really wanted to deepen the crease even further, so taking the darkest brown shade in the palette called Activist, I want to pack that on with the fluffy blending brush, and I'm focusing most of the product towards the outer corner of the eye to kind of elongate the eye. And make sure that you build up the intensity of the eye slowly, so use a little bit of product at a time because it's so much easier to build up than take away, and it makes your job so much easier with blending. And then go back to that big fluffy blending brush from Morphe and make sure that everything is blended seamlessly. Now using my favourite makeup wipes from Simple, I'm just going to clean up the outer corners of each eye, and it kind of provides a nice stencil for you to do your eyeliner on. Now for my liner, I really love the Kat Von D tattoo liner in the colour Trooper. It's like a felt tip pen, but the brush on the end is just so easy to work with. So first I like to sort of map out what I want the wing to look like, and then I sort of just drag it all the way to the middle of my eyelid, and then I'll connect it from the inner corner and then make sure that it's filled in completely. And then doing a quick coat of mascara with my Too Faced Better Than Sex just before we apply the false lashes. Now the falsies that I'll be going in with today are a new pair I just got. They're the Lilly Ghalichi lashes in the style J Makeup. They're just so wispy and beautiful, just the type of lashes that I absolutely love. So you want to make sure that the glue is tacky when you apply them. I first just put them on with my fingers, and then I go in with my tweezers to make sure that the inner corner is down properly and that the band is as close to the lash line as possible. These are actually surprisingly easy to put on. I know a lot of high-end lashes are quite difficult, like the bands are quite stiff, but this was actually surprisingly easy. Moving on to the face, I'm going to highlight using my Urban Decay Naked Concealer in the shade Natural. I'm just going to put this on all the points of my face that I want to bring forward. This is my absolute favourite concealer of the moment. I swear there's nothing better. It's just super lightweight on the skin because I have a habit of getting super cakey underneath my eyes, which looks so gross. And this is just, I mean, you don't even feel like you have it on your face. But now I'm just going in and blending with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. You can go in with either a brush or a beauty blender, anything you want, but I just find that this just gives the most natural finish. And then I'm going to go in and set with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is just my favourite setting powder of all time. Also using my damp sponge to apply this. I just find that this gives a way more flawless finish than using a brush. So next I'm going to take my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzing powder and this Morphe contour brush and contour my face. I'm just taking it on the forehead, temples, sides of my cheeks and on my jawline, and don't mind the bakage across my nose right now, but I will be getting rid of that soon. Going back into our Tartelette in Bloom palette and that dark shade called Activist, I'm going to line my lower lash line using a Zoeva flat definer brush. And then going in again with that shade Firecracker and a little pencil brush, we're going to use it to blend out that darker shade. This creates like a nice smoky effect on the lower lash line. And then lastly, to finish off the eyes, you've got to add a bit of mascara onto those bottom lashes. And this is again my favourite mascara, the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Okay, so I lied. So the last thing we're going to do for the eyes is take the bright shade Funny Girl on a tiny little Zoeva brush and just put it in the inner corner for a little pop of colour. And now we're done. Now for my favourite part of putting on makeup is the highlighting, and we're going to take the Anastasia That Glow Kit, and I'm using the shade Dripping in Gold and a little Real Techniques fan brush. I'm just taking this on all the high points of my face, like the top of my cheekbones, a little bit on the tip of my nose and the top of my nose, and of course on the cupid's bow as well. Oh, I just love this shade so much. For blush, I'm using my favourite colour of all time, and that's Nars Orgasm, and a little Bobbi Brown blush brush. For my lips, I'm first lining them with the MAC Whirl, which is my favourite lip liners of all time. And then I'm going in with my Lipland Rezy liquid lip. I absolutely love this colour, it's the perfect like pinky nude. And then lastly, I'm going in with my Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray and setting this face so my makeup does not move all day. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!